What's going on, guys? It's your boy RockettX back here with another YouTube video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic that I've been wanting to talk about on the channel since Fortnite OG, the game mode, dropped. If you guys somehow aren't aware, Fortnite has dropped the Chapter 1 map permanently, they said. Right now we're in Season 1, Chapter 1, Season 1, and a lot of people had mixed opinions on this, man. I'm going to talk about all of this in this video, but one thing I want to get out the way is I was going to talk about this in my first impressions video, but I decided not to because that would kind of take away from the whole point of, a first impression. I don't want to drag the video on, so I made a whole separate video, and here we are. So, without further ado, I'll get into, I guess kind of the controversy around Fortnite OG, and I'm gonna start with that by saying when this first dropped, dude, it took me such a long time to get a victory royale, dude, and so many people were complaining about that on Instagram and Twitter. Like, it was very sweaty. There were sweats everywhere. You could not go more than a fight or two without getting absolutely wrecked on. Now, that is if you're an average player like myself. If you're good at the game, then obviously, you're probably winning most of those fights or at least holding your own. But in my case, I'm not that good of a player. I'm not trash, but I'm not that good of a player. I'm just average. I'm a casual player, as they say. But a lot of people were having that problem with not being able to get their first win, or they did, but it was very hard to do. It took them a long time, and that's what happened in my case. And it was really split down the middle because a lot of the casual players were like, you could just go ahead and add bots into OG, and people were trash in season 1 anyway. And then you had the more ranked players that were saying, don't add no fucking bots in OG. And like, even there was casuals that was like, don't add no bots in OG because then it's not going to be OG, which I understand. That kind of is why this whole video is called What Makes Fortnite OG, because that's kind of the age-old question that I feel like a lot of people kind of, toss around, you know what I'm saying? Like, what makes Fortnite OG? And we'll talk about that after I talk about everything the community has been ranting and raving about. But that was one of them, how hard it was to get a victory. And then they finally added bots into the game, so that it would be easier for the casuals. And then the drama didn't stop there. Like I said, people didn't want bots to be in the game, and now that they were in the game and it was too easy to get a victory royale, quote unquote, they didn't want bots in the game anymore. So it really sounds and seems like that you just cannot make everybody happy. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to make every single player happy. And I feel like that's something Epic obviously knows. And that's why I feel like they don't really tweak out in these situations like they used to back in the day. Like in actual Chapter 1, if people were complaining about stuff, we don't talk about Season X, okay? Just shove that into the back abyss of your brain. Chapter 1, they listened to the community like that, bro. Like, it was on point all the time. They were listening to what we wanted, what we didn't want, what we had fun with, what was too overpowered, what needed to be nerfed, even what needed to be buffed, stuff that was too ass, you know what I mean? Like, they always listened to the community back in the day. And that's one of the things that I feel like brought the Fortnite community together a lot of the times. But now that it's so like out, like, they don't not listen to the community anymore, but like now that it's not as much, I feel like a lot of people, they kind of go off what they want now all the time instead of what Epic wants, themselves for their own game. And we're gonna go ahead and get to the next topic here, and that's movement. A lot of people were very dissatisfied with the fact that we still had the updated movement in OG. And I honestly do kind of beg to differ on that. I could agree with the bots, but I do like that they're in the game. And maybe they should reduce the amount that is in a match, I will say that. But I do like that they are in OG. But when it comes to the movement, I really do like the fact that the new movement's in the game, because people don't realize this. I understand it would have made it feel 100% OG. I get that, like, I'm not at all hating on that. But the fact of the matter is, it would be so slow without the movement that we have now. The sprinting and the mantling. They did not add the Chapter 6 movement with, like, I forgot exactly all the things you could do, but, like, you could wall kick now. You know what I mean? You can like scale builds and stuff. I know that's not like a new thing, but like there's a lot of other movement things you can do now besides just sprinting and mantling. But I feel like sprinting and mantling are like two key components of Fortnite now. Um, and I'm glad that they have decided to keep those in OG myself. A lot of people complained last November whenever they added the OG, like kind of little short half season for a month. A lot of people complained about the movement then, and they're complaining about it now. So, there's that. And we also have things like this is kind of few and far between. Not a lot of people are mad about this, but you know, not all the weapons are OG. Like I've noticed too that the purple and gold bolt action sniper rifles do not look like how they used to. You can see I have a blue one in my inventory right now. It looks like how it used to, but the other ones do not. The purple and gold ones, and also the scoped AR, if I'm not mistaken, looks is the new gen model. Like just things like that. And at the end of the day, man, like I don't know why Epic didn't do that, but like it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like we see in my inventory, I have 2 pump shotguns right now, and that's all I gotta say, bro. Like we have double pump back, dude. People have wanted that since it's got taken out. But now I'm gonna take a little different route. Those are the main things that people were complaining about whenever this dropped was the bots, or before that, how hard it was to get a win. Then the bots. Then they were complaining about the movement, and it's really one of those things where. Oh, I just forgot one of the most important things that people are complaining about. My bad, guys. Shield potions. There are no shield potions to be found on the map, dude. There's only big pots and slurps, which is expected because those were the only things in the game back in Season 1. They were really hard to find. And, at first I hated it, but then I did realize that it was like that in Season 1. Like, that is OG. So, just because Chapter 2 Remix and the last OG that we had, also you couldn't find shields, that doesn't mean that, like, now that it's happening now, it's a total bad thing. Because, I mean, it sucks, don't get me wrong, but it is OG. So for this last minute of the video, I want to talk about what makes Fortnite OG. Is it the nostalgia? Is it the graphics? Is it, what's in the game? And I'm just going to give the most simple answer that I can. I personally think that what makes Fortnite OG is a simple map, a map that is big but not, gigantic. Simple loot pools. Maybe you could throw the graphics in there because I do think that does contribute to OG. And just the simplistic playstyle of Chapter 1. You know what I mean? Like in my opinion, like that's what makes Fortnite OG. And you don't have to always worry about the small things. I'm not saying they're not annoying. I'm not saying you can't mention them, but you don't always have to hate on the game because of them. So that's what I think makes Fortnite OG. It's just simplistic gameplay and fun times, dude. Nostalgia definitely does have something to do with it, but not everything, ladies and gentlemen. OG Fortnite's here to stay, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.